So let's touch another topic.
Do it.
All right. Here's a topic it hit my head, and the reason why I'm bringing it up now is because I just received 2 messages as we're sitting here, and it really got my brain going. Let's talk about forget weddings. You're planning an event as a mom, mother of a bride, mom or dad of a sweet 16 girl, whatever it may be. You're involved as the honoree or as the planner, the parent planner. How are you comparing what you're seeing on a TikTok or a social media platform that's going on in Wichita compared to like your 5 boroughs or your Monmouth, Ocean County, New Jersey? Because I just got a text message that we're going to remove this portion of the entertainment because we're adding a candy cart. We've seen this really cool candy cart.
Okay, let's do it. Go live.
We are live.
We are?
We're live.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I'll chop it. That's what I just got. Chris, how do I pay? We're going to remove this. We're adding this really cool candy cart.
Okay.
And I'm speaking, I don't care. It does not bother me. So let's
When's this party?
It's actually next week.
Okay. So that's really the bigger problem for me is that it's next week. Like, the planning is not easy. It's very hard. And when people take it upon themselves to do planning, there are some people that are, Mike, Chris, this is what I want. Make it happen. Bring the ideas to me. Show me what you're going to do. Let me approve them. No problem. But once I say, let's go, it's all systems go. No problem. Fine. I'm cool with that.
So that's what made me me. I was always, if I reached out to Ox, it's getting done. That's how I was made. That's how it happened.
Right.
But the message I just got, and I'm pretty close with her. We became close in this planning process. And she literally just texted me, we're going to remove this. Here's another removal. It's right now, another party. 1 second. Canceling Friday because of the rain. So back to what we were just saying, and this phone rings all day. You have 39 kids. I'm not making this up. There's 39. Chris, RSVPs are back. There's 39 kids. I'm good. I can play with 39 kids by myself. Whether I have an MC with me, a DJ with me, 39 kids, there's no problem. We're going to have fun. But you're removing the key part to your theme for a candy cart.
No, you have to.
Because you've seen a candy cart on TikTok. Whether it was shooting sparklers or Roman candles or it was a strolling candy cart. That lasts for how long? How long does that last? The party's 4 hours long. How long does that last? That everyone's trying to recreate something. How long is that candy cart going to entertain 39 kids?
But I'm just saying, if you're not doing it the right way, why are you doing it? Okay, you want to do the candy cart? Do the candy cart. But it shouldn't take from something else. I mean, there's something, not to mention the other arrangements that were made for something else already. See, this is something we were talking about off camera, and it's leading right into it. But we, as event planners and DJs, have to deal with vendors. Okay, the client does not deal with vendors. We deal with the vendors. And this is where the problem comes in. Because when you go and cancel something for an event, we have to go cancel on somebody else that's been holding that date for you for 60 days, 90 days. So now when you go and tell Jim that he's not working next Friday in May, the busiest month of the year, one of the busiest months of the year, and you're telling him he's not working, like, he doesn't really care, Chris. He wants to get paid. He doesn't really care. Look, you don't want to use me? No problem.
That was one of the biggest reasons which made C4 of Inc. what it was. We do 90% of our stuff in-house. Still, someone was scheduled. Someone's getting paid no matter what. We're not going to go online or text her back. Just say, all right, cool, no problem. We're going to cancel the game station or the Papa Shot or whatever it was that was going with your kid's theme because you have a candy cart coming now. Like, I'm not going to say, hey, I need my 700 in staff. I kind of just take it on the chin.
Of course.
But it's the point of this whole thing and why we switched up a topic was because of this text that came in. You guys got to understand where you're coming from, where we are, and what you're seeing. Do you know how many times I get called for fireworks? For a gender reveal? For a, whatever, when do they do that? Proposals? You can't do it. You can't use live fireworks. You know where those people did that? That's on their farm in Missouri that they shot their own fireworks off. We're not doing that, on Route 9.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, in Morganville. That's not happening. Like, have I done it? I've done it. I'm tired of getting handcuffed for other people. It's the point of You guys have to understand, these are all trends. These are all people that are content creators that are just touching the wedding market.
Yeah.
What we are here are just two knuckleheads that have been in the wedding market for 20 plus years.
Yeah. And trends are great.
There's nothing wrong, because someone's going to rebuttal that. There's nothing wrong about trying to reinvent weddings, parties, whatever it may be. But understand where you are.
I have a great trend that I seen on Instagram that a couple of my brides have done already. If anybody's looking for a new trend for weddings that are done in the venue, like 90% of people are getting married in the venue now.
Go ahead.
Like nobody's getting married at church anymore. 10% of people are getting married in church. You know,
We're heavy on the divorce rates nowadays.
right?
Yeah.
56%. Actually, I just saw that yesterday. But an awesome trend that's been going on is low fog for the ceremony.
That's been going on for a while now. It's a big Jersey thing.
I think that's great. I mean, look, it's a little bit of extra work for the DJ. I don't really know how you're going to charge for that. Like
You have to charge. Just so
I mean,
everybody
you charge it
understands.
for low fog. If you can make it happen, it's $50 more dry ice. I don't know, whatever the case is for that one little moment.
No problem. So here we go.
It's a little bit of extra
dry
work.
ice dancing on the clouds. Here we go. So we pick up your dry ice at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Your first dance is until 8. So do you think we're buying a small amount? Because you know what's going to happen. If you buy a small amount, it's most likely going to
Melt or stick together.
So now you're overpaying. You're paying a driver. You're doing this. You're doing that. And now what? How does the dry ice magically appear in the machine?
On the
There's a staff member that's involved. There's one guy that needs to be there. So this isn't about sales. This isn't about people undercharging or this and that. Like, you need a guy, a dedicated man to do it at your 6 o'clock ceremony. And then the roadie, the technician, the one guy out of 5 that's there with the brain knows he's got to have that reset, reheated, ready to go in 2 hours for your fucking dance.
Yeah.
So
But
it's not that easy.
It's not.
But it is a cool trend.
But I love I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome for video. I think it's great. But see, like things like that, those type of trends are great because they're easy. But when you go and pick a trend that takes another company to participate in or 2 extra guys to make happen, you know, that's when it starts to get more extravagant and more complicated.
To the customer's eyes, everything looks easy on social
because
media.
we make it look easy.
Everything looks easy on social media until you really break it down to them on what it takes to make it perfect. I say it all the time. I stopped with my edited content because everyone on social media looks like a rock star. I want you to know the real me. This is the real me. Black Hanes t-shirt. I have Target shorts on. This is me. I'm in the shop doing what I do every day. I'm not like, look at this guy. He looks like an LJ Bean fucking model. You know what I mean? Like, that's him. This is me. But everyone on social media looks like stars.
Yeah, well, that goes back to the demo thing too that I've been hit with over the years. Like,
Why don't you have a demo?
Do you have any video of you DJing or MCing?
Correct.
I've heard. Wait,
Can I come to a wedding and watch you?
How many DJs have been asked for a mix so that we can hear your transitions? You wouldn't even know a transition if it hit you in the face. Like, you wouldn't even know. Not the DJs, the client. Like, you just want to mix. You want to hear me mix for 30 minutes? Like, hold on. I'm going to go run home and make a 30-minute mix so that you book. Like, the demos, everything's a music video. How many times do you have a DJ? The video guys don't even start on the MC anymore. They start on the door. The DJ is not important anymore. We are not important. You know when we're important? When we have to keep your dance floor full for 2.5 hours after dinner. That's when we're important. Like, we're just not. The video guy doesn't even start on the MC when he's welcoming everybody to the event. They start on the door. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. It's like we're probably the most important element at a wedding is us. Okay? You can have great music and okay food and people will have the time of their life. You have okay music and great food, people will say, oh, the food was good, but the party was okay. We are literally the heartbeat of the entire night. And it's just crazy to me that we're like a side, it's like we've become like a sideshow. It's like a sideshow. Like it's not that important.
It goes back to trends. That's what it goes back to. It goes back to trends.
I can't run a business like that. Like, and if we're going to get into the business side of things for 2 seconds, and if you own an entertainment company, your main focus should be what you bring to every single party. And if you go do something and if you feel like you're not doing enough at a party, you're probably not. I know that feeling. When I go through the first hour and a half of a social event, not a wedding, and I'm standing there and there's nothing going on, I'm like, I'm not doing enough. Like, I know I'm not earning my money. Like, I got to do something.
I said that before. Sitting there and playing background music, I cannot do that.
If anybody feels that way, then you probably are not doing enough. You know that feeling, Chris. You're standing there for 40. You're like, shit, I'm not doing enough. I got to do more. I got to do something. Or the party is just there, but it's not pulsating yet. Like, it's like...
You're right. But the consumer doesn't get that. The consumer does not get that. Can you give me a breakdown? Can you give me a breakdown? We're not insulting anybody. It's mathematics. That's where the business has gone. It's all math. Well, that.
How many? We could do a poll. How many entertainment companies actually meet with their clients for a final? How many DJ companies meet with their client in person for a final appointment before the wedding? Because I could tell you,
Frankie Perez is one of Frankie Perez's guys. Just put this out. I don't remember what it was, but I commented and I wrote, "Thank you for this." How are you too busy to come in to meet the person that's doing the biggest day of your life? This isn't staged. This is fucking real right now. Excuse my language. How are you too busy to come in to do finals? Do you not care? Let's be real now. Like, shout out to Frankie Perez and his crew. Straight up. They put that video out. I think I was the first one to comment. Thank you for this. I reposted it. I battle that every week. I'm so busy I can't come in. Can I just email you my worksheet? But you came in and told me that I was the best thing since a push-up bra. So why am I doing your wedding? Where's the connection? What are we doing?
Speaking of stopping, can we stop something else?
What?
Can we stop doing individual intro songs for every couple that walks in the room?
I stopped that a while ago. It doesn't sound correct.
Can we stop that?
It doesn't sound right.
What is that? Like Sweet 16s back in the day, fine. But weddings are
sounded like shit then too.
Yes, they do.
It's even worse now at a wedding.
12 seconds of a song
Right.
before they walk in the room.
Right.
But why are we still... And I blame the DJ companies for that. I blame the DJ companies.
They were being different.
No, unless the bride is literally putting her foot down on you and saying, no, I want this, guide the bride. Guide the bride. Don't let her do Can't Stop the Feeling into Thunderstruck, into Avicii, into Country Road. Stop it.
So
Make it
I'm
stop.
literally thinking about getting yelled at by Joe Furno. I hope he watches this. And he's like, levels into throw some D's on that bitch. It's going to be perfect. That's what you want. That's what you're going to get.
Be better. Be better. Be better. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's like, okay, what do you want for the wedding? Okay, and they send you the songs, and you say, okay, great, sounds great. It doesn't sound great. If something doesn't sound great, I'm gonna tell you it doesn't sound great. If you pick a song that's not a banging intro song, I'm gonna tell you, don't use the song. If I can't get a remix, we're not using it.
Well, that's where you're going to go back to the connection and who you're sitting with. And a lot of these people strive off of you could log on to our portal. That just means nobody wants to talk to you. Bride and groom to be. That's all that means.
I've had a few brides ask me.
Do you have an online portal
No.
where you don't talk to your bride and groom?
Absolutely
you just
not.
Fill this out, submit it in, we'll let you know if you're approved.
Absolutely not.
Right.
I mean, every bride and groom, if you're taking anything from this podcast as a new business owner, every bride and groom sends me a Spotify playlist. That's for sure. Every event, somebody sends me a Spotify playlist. You have no idea what type of music those people like. I'm sorry. You could take all the genres you want. You want to take old school hip hop, you want to take reggaeton, you want to take salsa, you want to take whatever. You have no idea what songs those people love. If you're not taking a Spotify playlist for every wedding, you are doing that party an injustice. I'm sorry. I will never walk into a wedding without a Spotify playlist. Ever. That's what you should be taking from this, then take it.
We use wedding worksheets, and I also tell whoever I'm sitting with, we only have 10, 12, 13, whatever it is, a couple of spots to fill out. That's how we'll get to know what we're going to play for you. But if you guys like bump in the car to Apple Music, Spotify, we take that as well.
Yeah. No,
I let it be known. We're not playing all 500
No,
of
they
your
know.
songs.
Yeah.
Right.
They know
Some people don't. But it's like, this is how we're going to get to really know the type of music you jam
Yeah,
to.
no, for sure. I mean, I have a wedding portfolio that I fill out with them in person, but I get a Spotify playlist. But you listen, you could even take a must playlist.
Right.
Give
Well,
me
that's
a
what we
must
have,
playlist.
must
Give me
playlist.
10 songs that's a must playlist. Because I don't know all your friends. If you and your friends love Mr. Brightside or, you know, Scotty Doesn't Know, which I've had done, which I think is an awesome song, right? I had a groom that
You gotta-
loves Scotty Doesn't Know.
alt
Now
rock-
you play it
alt
all
rock-
the time, right?
Alt rock's huge right now.
Right, no problem. But I don't know that you want to hear. I'm not gonna play Scotty Doesn't Know if you don't tell me. But now I know all your friends and I do all their weddings, so now I play Scotty Doesn't Know, and you look at me like I'm the man because I remember that you love Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yeah, but you know what? You're gonna feed off of your little alt rock segment you got going on here. That's because I might get crushed on this, but I go out. I want to hear what DJs are playing. I want to hear what the crowd's responding to. Everybody can laugh at me on this, or like my guys here at C4. I do go out because I want to know what people are rocking to.
Yeah.
The calling is still as strong as if it dropped yesterday.
Well, you're in Jersey.
Okay. Brooklyn people don't listen to alt rock, right?
I mean,
but they go to DJs in Belmont. They'll go to Jenkinson's.
No, calling is
This,
great.
that. I understand.
It's a timeless track.
But what I'm getting at is like when I get my worksheet filled out, it's like Jenks. I kind of know
Yeah.
what
for
they're
sure.
playing at
Yeah,
Jenks.
for sure. Well, that was the best
or
house
like
music.
right.
I played at DJs for 6 years. I
Or
was
the-
resident
or-
there. It was
or
all that time.
DJs.
All of them.
But the
Bingo
DJ's
players.
music right now is what was popping 15 years ago.
Of course it was.
It's a mashup of 15 years ago
Yeah.
today with a lot of cymbals and odd beats.
Right, or you get Kygo who remixes a song and or David Guetta takes
But
the track.
to go
and
back to your alt rock segment, that's what it is. It's what they heard. They didn't hear that 103.5 KTU, your Brooklyn people. You weren't hearing it on KTU.
Right.
They heard it when they were at the beach bar.
Yeah, but you also have to keep, like, when you go into alt rock or any type, like, you should be you should be quick mixing. If you're not quick mixing at a wedding, you don't belong on weddings. I mean, I know I've heard a lot of the DJs say things about quick mixing, like, in a positive way. Like, you have to be quick mixing. If you're leaving on a track for 2 verses, like, certain songs you can leave on, but if every song is on for the entire time, to me, I mean, your job as a DJ is to entertain with your mixing and get through the track and keep people fresh. And if you're not doing that, like, it's okay to not belong on a specific event. Like, there are people that I feel, I mean, not specific people, but I feel like you should work your way through the times. Like, go from communions and sweet 16s into weddings. Don't just jump from communions into weddings. You know, if you're 20 to 25, you really don't belong on weddings. I'm sorry. I know there's anomalies, I guess. I don't believe that you are ready for weddings. If somebody is 30, I never approached weddings until I was 27 years old. That's when I felt I was ready to go out there and people were my age getting married. Mm-hmm. Imagine being 23 and pitching a 30-year-old that you're ready for a wedding. You're not. You're not ready. So, I mean, it's okay to not be ready too. I just don't feel like you should be thrusting yourself into that market, you know?
I get it.
Until that's your market. Like, people that do bar mitzvahs, 99% of their business is bar mitzvahs.
Right.
99% of my business is weddings. You know, 99% of event planners that work with celebrities work with celebrities. That's what they do. Like, stay in your lane and rock your lane and be the guy in your lane. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you got a point. You got a point.
It's not easy to mix alt rock. So, like, when you're doing alt rock, like, get in and get out. Get in and get out. Drop it. Have fun with it. But don't leave song. Like, yes, I love it. It's a great little niche of music.
Went out
but 2-3 songs.
Day weekend. What was the longest version of the percolator you ever heard in your life? I heard
a
from
minute and a half. See you later.
Right. I was with my brother PJ, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and he goes, "This is the longest version of the percolator I ever heard. I didn't even know this part of the song came on." I said, "Yep," but it just goes to show that a lot of things are changing. You're gonna fill the room, you're hired.
And it's the same beat over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Percolator.
Yep.
Literally.
But that was my highlight of Memorial Day weekend. Went out to listen to see what, if they made a 6.5 minute version, we heard all 6 minutes of it. Whatever, but that's it. That's just the way it is. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, the industry 100% has shifted full force. I think there's going to be a lot of people right now that are going to jump in on this post that 100% the industry has shifted, whether people want to say it's for the good or for the worse, but the industry has shifted, and I'm glad I could say I started in the beginning and I'm still here on a positive note. I want to see what 5 years from today brings.
I feel like the younger guys,
There are no younger guys.
but they're good.
I'm sorry for even saying
we
that.
are old. We are more mature guys in the industry. So like, we're getting that older clout right now. And the younger guys coming up. Like, listen, I want to help the younger guys. Like, I want to be able to say, okay, it's your turn to go do what you got to do. But
I'm going to talk over you.
they're
on
not
this.
going the right way.
There is not one 20-year-old kid that wants to do quote unquote privates. Oh, you got a private for me? I thought it was a club. How do you answer that? Privates. It's called a. It's not a wedding. It's not a communion. It's not a bar bat mitzvah. It's a private. So, wait, you told me you're a DJ. Like, whatever. I just leave it alone. No matter what, they're just gonna have something negative to say anyway. So that's your. There. I don't believe if you are in your 20s, 18 even, and you want to learn how to do privates, reach out to one of us.
Yeah, but by 21, they won't want to work for anybody anymore. They know it. They know where they want to go, and they do what they want to do. It's an unfortunate
next celebrity.
It's an unfortunate scale that everybody has to ride.
Privates, private parts. That's gonna be a good one. Privates.